Hey guys, good Monday morning to you. This is the Everything Sharp channel, and my name's Tim. Yesterday we did a couple reviews. Well, we reviewed this Coast Slayer Max Red, and after I looked at the video and listened to the video, I don't think I did a good job explaining these two flashlights. So before we get this knife unboxing out of the way, we're going to go over these flashlights again. Alright guys, on the Coast Slayer, you have one function button and a memory button here. This flashlight has 1, 2, 3, 4 settings and an off. This flashlight has a search, a higher search, and then a spot, and then a low, a camp light setting, and then your memory button, you can program it to any of those four. I got mine on the search, the spot. It's pretty bright, I would say. I think it was 1200 lumens or 1000 lumens. This is the one we had previously. So this past weekend, I ran across this Slayer, Coast Slayer Red Max. Alright. They had changed the body shape just a little bit. They added a magnet here at the bottom on both sides, so this made this finger choil right here a little bit shorter, which ergonomically it's still really good. This one has 1, 2, 3, and an off setting. So 1, 2, 3, off. Then the back button, where the Coast Slayer is a memory button, this gives you your red night vision. It has two settings. It has high and low, and then you have 1, 2, 3, and then off. So identical flashlights, guys. This one is a little bit brighter because of the spot. You see down here at the bottom, it's got a spot. A little bit brighter. They say the same output. This one's a little bit more floody, but it does have two magnets on the bottom, and it does have the night vision, the red glow. That's the only difference between these two lights. If you're looking for a brighter EDC light, these are very ergonomic. They're 5 1/4 inches long, about a 1/2 inch to 5/8 thick. If you're looking for a good EDC light, in my opinion, I would go with the Slayer, because like I said, it's got the flood and then it's got the spot, where this one just has the flood and the red. So I hope that sums it up for you guys. We did a comparison in my dark garage last night because it was way too cold and I didn't feel like getting dressed. Didn't feel like getting super dressed to go out into the cold. But that's it. Coast Slayer Red Max. Brighter, I wouldn't say brighter, I would say more of a spotlight and a search, more of an EDC with a red function on it. That's how I would describe it. Alright, we'll get those out of the way. We'll set these back here. Hope everyone's having a good day. No mail today, so that means what I'm expecting to come in isn't coming in. It's been back ordered, I guess, because of the weather, or not being delivered because of the weather where I'm at. So we picked up a crkt. This is the model M-21 04G. This is a Carson M-21. It is a product made in Taiwan. And I tell you guys, we paid $74.19 for this knife. I carried a M16 for quite some time, maybe 2 or 3 years. I carried that thing on and off. Stopped collecting for a while and started back, and then that's when the M21 went away. Locking liner and automated liner safeties. So this one has a locking liner safety, So pretty much once you flip this nice knife open, you have a pin that comes in behind the lock bar to give you just a little bit extra safety feature there. And then let's see what this one's got. Check out all our products. That's nothing much, but I carried that little M16, like I said, on and off for maybe two and a half years, and I seen this one today and I thought it looked pretty cool, so we picked it up and we're going to do first impressions on it. So this is an open construction. It does have some kind of stainless steel or steel liner that is coated. We have G10 scales. We have a pocket clip that is reversible. We're going to go ahead and get that out of the way right now. It is a T6. So let's go ahead and flip this around the way we like it. It's righty or lefty, guys. Right or left-handed carry. Just a basic spoon clip. So they did think of the lefties on this one, guys. It's really cool, because lefties get left out a lot on some of these knives. Even ones that you think would be ambidextrous, they still get left out on, which is not cool at all. So pretty easy, pretty fair, easy swap. You do have more of a deep carry when the tip is down. Don't want to strip them little T6s out. They strip easy, guys. Even on an ambidextrous knife, the lefties don't get no love. So this is G10. We have the T6, T8. It's T8 body screws. Has a flat pivot. This is flat. All the edges have been, the G10 have been knocked down. It came perfectly centered. It's open construction liners. It does have a flipper tab back here in the back. And that blade what's trapped me is kind of a, almost like a, my brain ain't working today, guys. Kukri. Got a kukri flow here. Ergonomically, it feels really good in hand. It does have some jimping back here on the back that works. You do have a little shelf right here where you can choke up and get behind that blade. Verse grip feels really comfortable. This thing is on washers, so it's not going to be fall shutty. You can fill it, so you gotta light switch it. You can't push it. And then how this lock works is this bar comes over once the blade reaches past the tang here, and the lock bar comes in behind it, and then you have a pin keeping that lock bar pushed that way. So to release that pin, we'll see if you can see it down in there. See that pin moving? That pin moves up and then it'll release. The thumb studs, I wish they come out. I left some skin debris right there on it. So this is a two-handed knife. You're not going to be able to pull that, push that, and let it fall. So it is two-handed. The thumb studs aren't great. You can see I'm leaving skin on the thumb stud there. Aren't great. If they were stuck up a little bit above the scale, they would be good. You really got to bear down, but they do work. Ergonomically, it's great, guys. Feels good in hand. Kit Carson makes a really good design knife, I think. Got the speed hose and the G10 scales with a little speed hose around. The jimping on the flipper tab is right where it needs to be. This thing is running on some phosphor bronze washers down in there. Double thumb studs. There ain't no there's no way you can reverse flick it. The problem is with these studs is they sit down lower than the G10 scale, so it makes it really hard to get on them and whip that blade out. So it's probably more of a flipper tab for most people. You can get it with the thumb studs, you just got to really be up on it. And yeah, not very good design there. These thumb studs also stop at, they are the stops, so it may be not meant to be flipped with a thumb stud. It may be just meant to flip open with that flipper tab, which works great. Ergonomically, it's really solid, really good in hand. Just got to remember that. That's extra safety back there. I like the M16. I like the M21. I have the pivot lock one somewhere around here. I just don't know where. Maybe in one of my bug out bags or something. It's a pivot lock. You push the pivot and the knife deploys, and you push the pivot back down and close it. I really like this design. You got a drop point blade. Your wrist is going to be kind of high on utility cuts. It does have a little bit of belly that you can do a rocking cut. I would call this a, it does have a little bit of recurve, and it's got a lot of belly. Has two wedges on top of the blade. It is a hollow grind. That's what attracted me to it. It did feel really good in hand. Reverse grip feels really good. Gas station fighting grip feels really good. It feels really balanced out. We'll weigh it in a minute. But the flipper tab works. You just got to remember that extra safety back there. See if you push down on those thumb studs, you can get it. Just a really cool design. I carried that M16 for I don't know how long, guys, for a long time, and it did everything. It held up. Not the best blade steel in the world. I would say this is D2 or something comparable. Don't hold me to it. Not sure what it is. It doesn't say what it is on the box. I'll do some little research before I post a video and put it down in the down there in the description. What kind of blade steel it is. Sharpening choil and plunge grind, not very good right there. It just comes straight down, but I guess it's kind of like Spyderco's. You can sharpen all the way up. It's just going to get wider right there. Benchmade bug out size comparisons. Full size knife. This M21 is a full size knife. Bigger than bug out. We got out the Paramilitary 2. It's going to be bigger than the Paramilitary 2 also as well. And then I got out a Mannix, also bigger than the Mannix. Carry profile, how thick is it in the sides? Well, we know it's thicker than the bug out. It's also thicker than the Paramilitary 2, which means it's going to be thicker than, it's also thicker than the Mannix, so it's kind of a little chunky in hand. Let's get the, I tell you, I'd like to see a premium M16, heck, even this size come out, or M21 premium, maybe titanium, same blade, and like S35s, 20 CV or something. I'd be all over it. Because like I said, I carried an M16 for a long time, and it's a smaller folder, but it did everything I asked it to do. Easy to sharpen, just performed really well, so that's why I picked this one up. Cutting edge, you got right at 4 inches. Overall, you got 9 1/4, so that handle is right at 5 1/4 inches. Weight on this guy, is 6.4 ounces. I don't mind a heavier blade. So see how sharp it comes right out of the package. Guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm glad to have you. If you're subscribed to the channel, take this time while I'm setting up this best sharpness tester and go ahead and hit that like button for me. And I'll thank you. Go ahead and thank you for it. This is the best sharpness tester, so we're going to see how sharp crkt came, and then we'll see how it carries in the pocket, and we'll get out of here, guys. So we got it set up. Let's cut it on. And this blade's going to be a bit thicker, so it went down in there. 185. Did that cut or did that snap? That's a dud, guys. It broke. That one was a dud. This tester is really cool. There is ways to cheat it. If you go super fast, you can cheat it. You're just supposed to keep really steady pressure. And I done messed up again. I think I'm going to order the pre-filled tabs that are a little wire. This is more like fishing line, I believe, or something of that nature. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what exactly is, but the pre-filled ones are a metal wire, and it reads pressure downwards to give you the sharpness of it. We're going to have to reset it. Alright, let's see how sharp this crkt came. 185. 185. Anything below 200 is utility razor blade sharp. And very good job. Hollow grind. I'm impressed with that because I've seen premium knives not come that sharp here recently. So 185 is super good in my book. And good job, crkt. I thank you guys for hitting the like button. I enjoy you guys' comments, talking with you guys about knives, lights, EDC gear. This is the crkt M-21 by Kit Carson. I will find out what the blade steel is, and I'll post it down in the description for you. You can find this knife at Sportsman's Warehouse online, or probably crkt. This is a newer model. And the M-21, guys. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay warm.